Today I decided to do some dragonflies, so I sketched it out first. I did the body and those three main parts, and then I added the wings. They absolutely do not have to be perfect, just a larger one on the top, and then kind of underneath and smaller a second little wing. Kind of like a weird shaped heart, I guess. And I just sketched two of them on my paper. And once I was done sketching, it was time for some splatter. I did yellow, blue, and green today, but you can do whatever color you want. I did some splatter, and then I also splattered on some water just to kind of blend some of those colors together, add a little bit of fun texture. And then with my brush, I drew that splatter into the shape of my dragonflies. So sometimes there wasn't quite enough drops of paint in a wing, and I would just go in and like add a couple more. And then I used my brush, like I said, to draw those colors around. I tried not to muddy them too much, just to kind of gently blend them. And I also did that along the body of the dragonfly. And then once that was completely dry, I used my heat gun to do it. I went to add a translucent wing just to add a little bit of definition to the outline of that wing. So I wet the wing, and then I added some colors along the edge. For the top wings, since they were bigger, I did two different colors, and the bottom ones I only did one. And once those colors were in there, then I used my brush to pull away some of the wetness because it was really, really wet from the center of the wing, drying my brush on a paper towel in between each time so that it could effectively pull away that water. And then once the water was pulled away, I added more water to push that paint back to the outside of the wing. Sometimes I needed to add more paint, sometimes I needed to pull more water away. I just repeated the process until the wing looked the way that I wanted. And then once the two top wings were completely dry, I did the bottom wings in the same manner, just using those same colors that I had chosen before to make it a cohesive picture. And then when that was completed, I added a little bit of black to the body of the dragonfly, nice and simple. Once that was complete, I went in with my micron pen and traced those wings, adding a little bit of a design in the center with a real loose, wavy line. I loved the way that little design turned out. It was so simple, but I thought very effective. And then I also traced the body of the dragonfly and added a couple of lines just along that lower part of their body. I don't know what that's called scientifically. My kids probably do. Anyway, that was the painting that I did. I thought it was really fun, fresh, and springy. It was really enjoyable, and thanks for watching. Bye!